I am one with my glorious I Am presence and Holy Christ Self. My personalities, body elemental, and new spirit. All parts of my being are in balance, harmony, and alignment. And my aura is fully contained within my heart diamond and within Metatron's cosmic egg. I am now ready for today's message. Greetings, beloveds. From the love and light in my heart, I bless each and every one of you and accompany you along your path to wholeness, to love, to your ascension. Whatever you choose to call the transformation that is now taking place upon this planet matters not, for it is happening to each and every one of you, the awakened ones as well as the unawakened ones. The benefit of being awakened is, of course, that you can participate consciously in the process in order to accelerate and facilitate your own ascension. You cannot wish the ascension for another being. You cannot force it upon them. You can only provide an environment in which they may choose to accept your love and light and to apply that to their own well-being. This is the highest and best service you can render until your full ascension, at which time everything changes. And so these videos will no longer apply once you have attained the fully ascended state. You would have no need to watch them. But until such time, it is my intention to provide you with the highest and best guidelines in order for you to pursue your path safely and with the greatest speed that you are able to attain, thanks to your own efforts. Each moment of the day that you spend in connection, in conscious connection with your I Am presence occurs in timeless, it occurs in a dimension that is beyond all limitation of time and space. There is a part of you that is permanently in that dimension. That part of you is, of course, your I Am presence. And so, when you are consciously in connection with your I Am presence, you are experiencing that dimension in which your I Am presence permanently exists. It is as you spend more time in that dimension that you begin to anchor the frequencies that exist in that dimension in your world and in all of the dimensions in which you exist. So that as you are connected with the ascended realm, you are anchoring all of those frequencies in all of the lower dimensions beneath it. This is not anything that you need to do consciously, beloveds. Your ego does not need to be involved with this at all. I am simply bringing this to your awareness in order to encourage you to spend as much time in this timeless dimension as you possibly can, in order to anchor more fully those energies in the lower dimensions, which are part of your normal, and at this moment, the place where you spend the most amount of time within your own consciousness. This is also why I ask you to do your meditations daily, beloved. In your meditations, it should be a time where you let go of all worldly concerns. I know that it is very difficult for you to do that at this time, as thoughts of your life constantly come through your mind. But as you focus on the light and the love flowing through you, regardless of the colors that you perceive, regardless of your ability to feel the higher dimensional frequencies, as you focus on them more, the thoughts themselves have less energy available to them, and they will float past you. It is only when you grab onto them with your mind and continue repeating them and thinking about them that your consciousness wavers and loses its focus upon the love and the light and the higher dimensional frequencies. It is even harder to do this while you are actively engaged in the world. That is why, for now, it is easiest for you to have these experiences while you are sitting quietly and while you are not engaged in any activities. This is when you can begin to distinguish most clearly between how it feels within your being when you are thinking about anything in your life and in the world, and how it feels when you are entirely focused on the divine. Being focused on the divine can take many forms, beloved. And it can also be beyond all forms. When you are focused on any of the ascended masters, or the angels, or the thought of God, or light, or love, these are all different aspects of the divine and will guide you equally to the perfect place. There is no jealousy among the ascended masters. There is not one who says, "Speak only to me, pray only to me." For they are all one, beloveds. And so it matters not which one your ego or your personality feels most attracted to. Call to any or all of them as you wish. But distinguish clearly between how you feel when you are focused on things of the world and how you feel when you are focused on the divine. Because the way you feel when you are focused on the divine is closest to your true nature. It is closest to how you will feel all of the time once you have disconnected from the emotional body and the mental body that are fully attached to the ego. This does not mean you will be free of emotions or free of thoughts. But it does mean that your thoughts and feelings will also be of a pure divine nature. Until the moment of your full ascension, the ego will always be present. And the ego will try to disguise itself as being divine. Just as there are many teachers and channels right now who are disguising themselves as divine. They listen and follow the pure teachings that come through certain beings. They memorize them and present them as their own. But in their own minds, they are still dealing with many negative emotions and thoughts that they hide from you and only present what they believe to be divine truth. That is why your vigilance and discrimination is always required at all times. This is true not only of things in the spiritual world, but in the material world also, beloveds. For there are many who lie to you, who wish only their personal gain. And it is important, in order for you to protect yourself and your loved ones, that you be able to discriminate truth from lies. That you be able to discriminate unconditional love from ego love, which always wants something in return for what it has given. Pure, unconditional love is always given freely, beloveds. And as you begin to give freely unconditional love, you will know when it is given back to you. You will be able to recognize it and distinguish it from the ego's love. But in order to do this, beloveds, you of course have to have had the experience of it within your very own beings. So go forward bravely, with discrimination, with a willingness to perceive things as they are, in their truth. And as you are true, so will you be able to recognize it in others. As you love, so will you be able to recognize it in others. I thank you for listening to these videos, beloveds. I love you, and I bless you with all my heart. I am Metatron.